All right. I'm here. I made it. How's everyone doing today? I hope you are having a better Friday than me. Okay. All right. Okay. It has not been a very good Friday. That's why I'm so late. I could not. So I'll explain. I'll explain. I could not start at my normal time because I needed to call my vet. So, vet being short for veterinarian. So, a veterinarian is an animal doctor. And my cat is currently sick. So, I needed to call my vet. Well, my vet was not available, so they needed to call me back. Well, that's fine. But I use my phone to stream. So I can't stream if I'm waiting for a phone call. And while I was waiting for a phone call, I was solving a problem with one of my students, trying to book a class, and the payment wasn't working. And so, yeah. Then I finally got a phone call from my vet. My cat is apparently fine. Kind of. So, anyways, it's been a crazy morning so far. And I've already been wounded. I don't know if you can see that right there. That's from my cat, actually. So how do we like the background for Halloween? So today is Halloween. Happy Halloween, everyone. I hope that you're having a good Friday. Let's see, who is in chat? Who's here? Ahmet, hello. Hello. Raphael, welcome back. First time being in the live stream. Well, welcome, Idris. Welcome. Hello. Moro, welcome back. Adam, welcome back. Akil, welcome back. Not too late. I'm late today. I'm very, very, very late today. So, no worries. Yeah, but I decided gotta have the vibes for Halloween. The people on my t-shirt. This is Wednesday Addams from the TV show, or from the Netflix show Wednesday. So, this is one of my favorite shows, and she is definitely a Halloween kind of vibe. So, yeah. Hope everything goes well with you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I hope my day gets a little bit better. Bear K, welcome back. Welcome back. Hello to Libya. Hello to Chile. Oh, favorite character is Wednesday Addams. She's such a great character. Yes, played by Jenna Ortega. Yes, Jenna Ortega. Correct. So, Tarde, you can over. Oh, thank you, Ahmet. I appreciate that. Yeah, Halloween it's a good holiday. You know, it is. Hang on, let me plug my phone in. Because I've had to use my phone a lot already today for multiple phone calls and texting back and forth with one of my students. And yeah, so hello to Iraq. Question: how can I practice my grammar? So there's a couple of different ways. Listening and reading will help you naturally practice grammar. But if you want to target grammar, actually, honestly, ChatGPT, a few of my students have tried this where you can talk to ChatGPT and say, okay, Chat, I struggle with this kind of grammar. Help me practice that. And ChatGPT can give you exercises, sentences, corrections, all kinds of things. So I recommend that. But also, there is a lot of material out there for helping you practice English. So, especially grammar. So, one second. Sorry, I have to send a message really quick. It's such a busy day. Such a busy day. So how are you? I've been better, Troy, but thank you for asking. Yeah, my live stream's very late. I was not asleep. I wake up at 6 a.m. All right. I wake up at 6 a.m. But I was late because I was waiting for a phone call from my vet, and then I was dealing with a scheduling problem, and I also don't feel very well. So lots of reasons why I'm late today. Yeah, where is Alina? It might be a bit late for her. We're starting super late today. Super late. So we're going to get started really, really quickly. I found a Halloween article for us today. So, Steffi, happy Halloween. What costume am I going to wear this evening? Costume. I'll show you. Okay. So, I say costume because it's just a t-shirt. So this, I'll show you. Okay. Okay. And I will explain. So this t-shirt is my Halloween costume because this t-shirt is from a book series called Percy Jackson. And in the series, the characters wear this shirt. And it says Camp Half-Blood on it. Because they are all demigods. So I wear this shirt. And I have some fun. These are leggings. These are pants. Fold it up. There we go. And I have these. So I wear, that's my costume. Very comfortable. Very, very comfortable. So, yes, Amit, you read my mind. You read my mind. We will be reading a Halloween article. Hello to Japan. Here in Brazil, the Wednesday Addams is, okay. That's cool. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce that. I never learned Brazilian Portuguese to a higher level to be able to read it confidently. So, someone subscribed. Welcome. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, the reason that I've been using backgrounds is because I'm changing a lot of things in my room right now behind me. So it doesn't look very nice. So that's why I've been using backgrounds. Hello, hello. Hello to Russia, Afghanistan. Let's see. Let's see. Did you advise me to watch with subtitles or not? Because even I understand almost everything. I use it. So with subtitles. Here's the thing with subtitles. Subtitles are useful as practice. I don't recommend using them all the time. It's very useful for things like watching something first without subtitles, then watching again with subtitles. So it's good to use both. Thank you. I have it. Thank you. It's good to use both. I don't recommend using subtitles in your native language for sure, because then that's not going to help you. But using subtitles can be helpful because it will help you understand what you're hearing. You must have some rest a few days if you can for a trip. Yeah, I do have some rest planned, but not soon. So there is another holiday coming up in the US. We have Thanksgiving at the end of November. So I will have some time then. So 1 second. All right. Can I Learn English using ChatGPT? Would it be sufficient? I mean, no one resource will do everything for you. So when you're learning, it's good to use a lot of different resources. So can you learn using ChatGPT? Yes. Would it be sufficient as your only resource? Probably not. Because you want to get a lot of different resources. But it is definitely a good resource. Yes. Hello. It's Ganga? More like that, right? I think you were here last time. Hello again. Hello. So let's go ahead and switch over to our article. I'm not going to be able to be live for very long because I started so late and I'm also really not feeling well. So, okay. So today's article is about jack-o'-lanterns. So let's have a look at this. Jack-o'-lanterns. Now, the thing itself, this is a pumpkin. Okay, this right here is a pumpkin. Now, pumpkins are everywhere in the US at this time. So when you take a pumpkin and you make a face in the pumpkin, then we call that a jack-o'-lantern. Like this. Then we call it a jack-o'-lantern. Okay? So, let's make this a little bit bigger. There we go. Okay? So, pumpkin, make a face, jack-o'-lantern. Okay? So, this article is about why we make jack-o'-lanterns. And so there's some interesting vocabulary here. Now, I will put this article in the chat. There we go. This website is very, very useful for learning English, for practicing English. It has a lot of great resources, including daily news. You can find resources based on your level. So it's very useful. Hello. Saiful? It's nice to meet you. Thank you for being here. Oh, ChatGPT. Okay. Happy Halloween. Yeah, so I did not decorate for Halloween, actually. I did not. And I usually don't really decorate for Christmas either, because when you decorate, you need to put the decorations away. So we don't have a lot of space to keep those decorations for the rest of the year. So, did you buy chocolate candies, sweets for children tonight? We did not. Not this year. No, not this year. Usually we do. Yeah, usually we do. Pave, welcome back. Welcome back. So let's take a look at this article. Now, the first thing that we see is vocabulary. So I'm going to review this vocabulary, and then there's the article. Okay, there's the article. It's a little bit, not super long. And then there's some discussion questions. Okay, so let's start with vocabulary. So our first word here is carve. Okay, carve is a verb. It's a thing you do when you have a pumpkin and you have a very sharp tool. You can cut into it. So here it says to cut into, okay, a hard material. So not just a pumpkin. You can carve wood, for example. To cut into a hard material in order to make an object, pattern, etc. So here we learned about the origins of Halloween and how to carve a pumpkin in school today. So this is our example sentence. So carve. Now, if it's to cut into a hard material, it's not every time. You might also see carving, like a carving. It's usually wood though. It's not every single time. Never mind. I'm going to take it out. So we carve pumpkins. Or a lot of people do. Not everyone. So for example, I carved I think I've only carved one pumpkin in my life. I think just one when I was a kid. In my family, it's not really tradition to carve pumpkins, so we never really did. Yeah, similar to dig or scoop. Similar. Yeah, scoop. It's a little closer to that. Happy Halloween, Sibel. Happy Halloween. What's the name of this website? So I'll post the link again. This website is called Engu, and it's very, very useful for practicing your English. So our next word is spirit. Spirit. It's a noun. It's a thing. A spirit is the non-physical. So physical is like you can touch it, right? Physical, you can touch. Non-physical, meaning you cannot touch it, okay? The non-physical part of a dead person. So spirit is like ghost that can appear to living people. So a spirit is like a ghost. So like this. There we go. Spirit. Let's see our example sentence. Locals say the spirit of a young girl who drowned in the river appears by its banks every full moon. Spooky. Now, some people believe that spirits are real. Some people don't believe spirits are real. Me, personally, I don't think they're real, but some people do. So, Anna, happy Halloween. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, like an evil spirit. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Spirits, I guess, don't have to be evil, but they can. Spirit versus soul. Ooh, that's an interesting one because that's an interesting one. I would say a lot of times spirit and soul can be used interchangeably. I suppose there are some nuanced differences. That one's an interesting one. Don't even believe in religions. Oh, okay. So I'm the same way. I want to ask you, when I become fluent in English and I already know, Deutsch, so German and Arabic, how to make some money through this language? That's a big question. I don't really know how to answer that for you. I used to listen a lot every day, podcasts, music, shadowing. Nowadays, I started to read stories. Okay, reading stories, fantastic. I noticed that I become better, but speaking not. So with speaking, it's one of those things where listening and reading will help you with speaking over time. But yeah, like speaking, it does take practice, but listening and reading, those are fantastic ways to help. No, not Christian. Nope. Interesting. Okay, next word. Our next word, heaven. Heaven. Here we go. Here's our definition. A place that is perfect, a place where God lives and where people go after they die in some religions. Okay, so if you are Christian, Christians believe in a heaven. We always point up at the sky. And yeah, a place that is perfect, a place where God lives. You might hear some phrases like heaven on earth. This is like a phrase that we can use, meaning like an amazing place, a beautiful place, heaven on earth. Now, the opposite of that is hell. Usually when we're talking about a place, usually it's a capital A. Well, it doesn't matter. So you have heaven up above and you have hell down below in Christian belief. A place in some religions of evil and suffering where bad people are sent to be punished when they die. So, like I said, it's like the opposite. So good people go to heaven, or like the belief is in like especially Christian belief that good people go to heaven, bad people go to hell. Because of that, hell is often considered a bad word. Nowadays, not really. Like even some kids will say this. But usually this is the type of word that is considered a swear word or a bad word. many parents don't want their children to say words like this. Let's see. Let's look at our next word. Okay, devil. Devil. Here in Christianity and Judaism, okay, the most powerful evil spirit. So often we would say the devil. Like in some beliefs, the devil, like there's just one. See, you have this, the devil, like there's just one. In Christianity, the number 666 is often associated with the devil. And they have a picture. They have pictures here. Okay, last word. Yes, Satan. Yes, devil, Satan. Oh, there's all kinds of names for the devil. Yeah, Satan is another. Yep, exactly. Okay, last word, trap. Trap. Now, trap can be a noun or a verb. It can be a thing or an action. Could be either. But here, it's a thing. A device, you can think it's a like maybe a mechanism or a machine or just something for catching animals, insects, etc. So this, for example, is a mouse trap. The mouse managed to take the cheese without setting off the trap. So managed to means successfully did. So the mouse managed to, so successfully took the cheese without setting off the trap, meaning setting off, meaning like triggering or starting the trap. So, clever mouse. Every spirit is a soul, but every soul is not a soul? What? Do you mean every spirit is a soul? Oh, but every soul is not a spirit. I see. Okay. Think of a devil and there he is. The expression we use is actually speak of the devil. Speak of the devil and he appears. But this part is optional. This is the full phrase, but very, very often we just say this part. Speak of the devil. So we use this expression when you're talking about someone, usually, or something, usually someone. When you're talking about someone and they suddenly appear, then you say, oh, speak of the devil. Like that. So that's a useful expression. Speak of the devil. Okay, so we looked at our words. Now let's look at the article. So jack-o'-lanterns. So remember, jack-o'-lanterns are pumpkins that have a face. Those are jack-o'-lanterns. The story of Halloween pumpkins. So let's look at our first paragraph. All right. One of the most popular images of Halloween, so one of many, not the number one, just one out of many. One of the most popular images of Halloween, along with witches, ghosts, and black cats. So these are the other options, okay? One of the most popular images of Halloween is the jack-o'-lantern. And then it explains what it is. A pumpkin carved, okay, remember carved, okay, carved with a scary face and a light inside. Okay, so a light here, not meaning light versus dark, but meaning an actual light source inside. Have you ever wondered where this tradition came from? You know, personally, I never really thought about it before. There's a lot of traditions that we have that I've never really thought about. So we are all going to learn something new here. Okay. Pumpkins are a North American plant, so you might think jack-o'-lanterns are American too. Fair enough. But actually, this tradition comes from Europe, where jack-o'-lanterns used to be carved from turnips. Okay, turnips. Hold on. Let's show turnips. Here we go. These are turnips. Not a very popular plant in America, I think. You might see a turnip, like sliced turnips in salads. Well, yeah, not a very popular plant. No politics, no religion, just English. I mean, with today's topic, this relates to religion and tradition. So if that's not your thing, no worries. No worries. You can always catch us in the next one. So now this part does not surprise me because a lot of traditions that we have here in America, a lot of them came from Europe. So I'm not really surprised. So this tradition comes from Europe. Okay. A long time ago, the Celtic people who lived in countries like Ireland and Scotland believed that during the time we now call Halloween, okay, so we'll talk about the grammar of this in a second. During the time we now call Halloween, spirits from the next world were able to return to the world of the living. So let's look at this sentence because there's quite a bit going on. Here we go. Looks like garlic. It kind of does, I guess. So wait a second. Turnips are popular in Mexico? Really? That does surprise me, actually. I didn't think turnips were popular anywhere. Interesting. It's used for the common cold. Oh, well, that's interesting. Okay. Because I feel like here in America, turnips are, I don't know, they're just not very, I feel like they're not very common. I don't hear about turnips or I don't see turnips often. So, very interesting. Okay. So a long time ago, right? So we talked about this a long time. So the Celtic people, now this is, here we go. I'm going to divide this up so that so this part is defining this. So the Celtic people are people who lived in countries like Ireland and Scotland. Okay. The Celtic people believed that, we're going to rearrange this a little bit, spirits from the next world, so like the world of the dead, right, were able to return to the world of the living during the time we now call Halloween. So this part tells me that the Celtic people had a different name for this time. We say Halloween, but the Celtic people had a different name. That's what this tells me. That's what this piece of information tells me. Turnips are another carrot. Turnips are kind of like, what are turnips like? I always thought they were more oniony, but that's a good question. I'm actually not really sure because turnips are just not popular here. So I'm not sure. Oh, I don't understand your talk, but I'm seeing your live. Oh, I'm glad. Cool. Carving turnips, pouring some honey into it is really traditionally works to get over a cold. Very interesting. Huh. Using turnip only for mutton curry. Oh, okay. So turnips are more popular in other parts of the world, I think, than more popular than in America. Very interesting. Okay. So continuing talking about the Celtic people, okay? To protect themselves, so protect, right? To guard yourself, to protect themselves from these spirits. So spirits from the next world. Remember, they believed that spirits could come back. Okay? People would, to protect themselves from these spirits, people would carve scary faces into root vegetables. So this is a category of vegetables, root vegetables, such as, turnips. That's an example of a root vegetable, such as turnips, and put a light, such as a candle, inside. So jack-o'-lanterns, you can see they have light inside. Sometimes it's a candle. Nowadays, it's usually something with a battery. So not usually a candle anymore. Okay, so the idea was that these shining faces, so shining meaning with light, okay, these shining faces would scare the spirits away. So here we're learning about Celtic people wanted to protect themselves from spirits by carving faces into vegetables, putting a light inside, and hopefully the spirits would stay away. So, large numbers of Irish people moved to the U.S. in the 19th century. So this is the 1800s. And brought their Halloween traditions with them. However, they discovered, they learned that pumpkins, which were easy to get in America, were much easier to carve than turnips. So pumpkins are easy to find, easy to grow, easy to find in America, and they are easier to carve. But why are they called jack-o'-lanterns? That's actually a really good question. Why are they called jack-o'-lanterns? One possible reason is an old Irish story about a man named Jack. Okay, so an old Irish story. One possible reason. So not for sure. Just one possible reason. About a man named Jack who was too bad to go to heaven and too clever for hell. Okay, hang on. This is an interesting. Okay. So a man named Jack. So Jack was too bad to go to heaven. So not a great person. but too clever for hell. No, so kind of in the middle, we'll say, in the middle. So an old Irish story about a man named Jack who is in the middle. There are different versions of this story, but in all the stories, Jack lived a very bad life until one day the devil, okay, so the devil, okay, the devil, usually with horns. So the devil, in all the stories, Jack lived a very bad life. So a very bad life. So not in the middle. Ooh, too clever. Oh. So clever meaning smart, intelligent. So too smart to go to, I guess, stay in hell? So Jack lived a very bad life until one day the devil came to take him away. I guess to take him to hell. Jack tricked the devil into a trap. So to trick means to say something or well, not just say, to do something. Usually it involves lying that makes someone do something, either something funny or embarrassing or something they don't want to do. So Jack tricked the devil into a trap and only released him. So release meaning letting him go. Only when he promised never to take Jack to hell. So never to take him to hell. That's interesting. Okay. After Jack died, heaven and hell didn't want him, so he had to walk. So had to, meaning was required to, walk the night forever. So interesting. Okay. With only a bit of hellfire, so fire from hell, the devil gave him to light his way. So he had to always just walk trapped in the night with just a little bit of hellfire to see. Jack carried this fire in a carved out turnip. Okay, so carved out meaning carving away almost all of the middle, the inside. Okay, carved out. Carried this fire in a carved out turnip and became known as Jack of the Lantern, or Jack-o'-lantern for short. So a lantern is this. That's a lantern. Okay, that's a lantern. So, very interesting. I think that's an interesting story. Oh, sorry. I'm behind on chat. Sorry about that. Turnips are awful options for this tradition. Because they're too small. Uh-huh. The pumpkins are carved. What are they going to do with the pulp? What do they do with the pulp? Most people throw it away. Some people keep the seeds and roast them in the oven, and you get pumpkin seeds. Not enough to be carved easily. Yeah. Yeah. So is it like cheating? Yeah. So a trick. Yeah. It's like cheating, manipulating. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Trick or treat. Cheater Jack. Oh, I don't know that one. Yeah. So, oh yeah, we skipped a sentence about Dante's Inferno back here, I think. Dante's Inferno. Yeah. We talked a little bit about that. Or we talked a little bit about hell. Sorry. Yeah, I wonder how he tricked the devil. I would say prank is more like a joke. Prank is um the intention, the goal of a prank is usually um to make people laugh. Not the person getting pranked, but usually it's yeah, a little bit different from a trick. A trick is not the goal of a trick is not always to make people laugh. It's usually to get something from someone. So, yeah, pumpkin seeds. Yeah, like roasted pumpkin seeds. I don't eat them myself, but I've heard they're really good. So, yeah, roasted pumpkin seeds. Some people will put this in things like oh well, actually pumpkin as a flavor is super popular at this time of year. So they use this in a lot of different foods. So prank is a funny thing. It won't. So pranks are interesting, right? Because we can call something a prank even if it's really mean, even if it's, not funny to the person being pranked. I personally don't like pranks. I don't like pranking people, and I don't like being pranked. I don't think pranks are a good thing, to be honest. Oh, Iceman, welcome back. Hello, hello. Um, oh, so it's good. Yeah, I know seeds in general are typically pretty healthy. Okay, so let's take a look at some of these discussion questions. Okay. Um, what images come to mind? So, what images do you think of when you think of Halloween? Have you ever tried pumpkin carving? How do you typically celebrate Halloween? Do you have any Halloween plans this year? Do you know anyone who gets really into Halloween? So, getting really into something means like you're very enthusiastic about it. So, for me, do I know anyone who really gets into Halloween? Yes and no. Yes and no. I think a few people I know really get into Halloween, but most of my friends are pretty relaxed around Halloween. So, yeah. Let's see. I I'm more interested in these. So, are there any? I'm more interested in these. So, I like these. What are some of your favorite things about autumn? Are there any major autumn holidays in your culture? Um, has your country imported, meaning like brought in many Western holiday traditions? Are there any holidays in your country associated with evil spirits? I would love to hear some answers to these. I would love to hear some answers to these. I would love to learn some more. Um, Sorry, I hear someone talking. So for me, I plan just to have my Halloween leggings, my costume, and probably just eating some candy and being really relaxed, because it's my life has been too stressful for me lately, so I need to just have some quiet time. Someone said hello to me, then kicked me, fell down into the valley, said, "That's Halloween." What? Well, that sounds awful. Halloween. Oh, wait. Okay, I understand. Is this one of your puns? Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness gracious. That's funny. Halloween. Oh, God. I do appreciate the puns. So, is anyone going to share some maybe autumn holidays in your culture or evil spirits? Okay, Steffi. No with spirits association. Okay. But in February, there's a festival with costumes. Oh, Carnivale, like that. It's really noticed. Okay. I've heard of it. I've heard that that's a really popular thing. I've also heard, like, I think Brazil has, like, carnival as well. I think. The closest thing we do have another spirits-related holiday. It's called Mardi Gras. But this is in May? April? No, May? When is Mardi Gras? I don't remember. Mardi Gras is another American holiday we have. It's very popular, but it is also, it's most popular in one area of America, specifically New Orleans. That's specifically where Mardi Gras is super popular. So this is another thing that's related to spirits and things like that. So, but I think this is in May. I want to say, is it in May? Holiday on the day before Ash Wednesday. When is Ash Wednesday? I don't know what that means. I've heard of Ash Wednesday, but I don't know what it means. Day before Ash Wednesday, 47 days before Easter, 2 days after show. Okay. These are things that are, so it's a moving date. It's not specific. It's a floating holiday. When a holiday is not on a specific date every year. So, for example, Easter is a floating holiday. In Chinese culture, we don't like four. Yes. That I did know. I learned that in my Chinese classes. Yeah, because the number 4 sounds like the word for death, right? From Algeria. Okay. We don't have Halloween, but I like other cultures. I respect their holidays. Oh, cool. Very, very cool. Hello from the bus. Well, hello, Arshivish. Hello, I guess you're watching this from the bus. Happy Halloween. Oh, interesting. So yeah, it's connected to Easter. Okay. Okay. So I think the opposite would be a fixed holiday is on a specific date every year. So like Christmas. Christmas is a fixed holiday. We have a lot of floating holidays, I guess. Thanksgiving is a floating holiday. It's on the fourth Thursday in November. Or the last. It's either the fourth or the last. Cozy sweaters, colorful leaves, pumpkins, crisp mornings. So in Florida, we don't get any of that. It's actually chilly in Florida today. It was 16 degrees this morning. For Florida, for South Florida, that's cold. So we're getting a little bit of cold weather today. In Costa Rica, we celebrate Mask Day. Ooh, cool. Okay. So Costa Rica Mask Day. Ah, okay. So like, do you make these masks yourself? Like, people make their own masks? That's really cool. Oh my gosh, like they're so detailed and elaborate. That's cool. What about Black Friday? So Black Friday would be a floating holiday because it's the day after Thanksgiving. It's not on a specific day. I know in some countries they have like, I think in China actually, like 11/11 is like Black Friday, but it's a specific day. I could be wrong about this. Like, if I've heard about this, but I don't know if I'm correct. But yeah, Black Friday in America is a floating holiday. Yeah. Arshibas, thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I didn't accompany in Halloween yet, but it should be interesting, especially the customs. So when you say accompany, do you mean like celebrate? Because accompany means to go together to a place usually, or to just when things go together. We have a movie called Halloween. Oh yes, I've heard of it. I've never watched it, of course. I'm a scaredy cat. I'm a huge scaredy cat. I like spooky season. The way that Seabell described it, cozy sweaters, colorful leaves, pumpkins, crisp mornings, absolutely. Love that. But I'm a scaredy cat. Man, I don't like scary things. To watch The Nightmare Before Christmas. See, okay. I like Nightmare Before Christmas. I do. I do like Nightmare Before Christmas. Nightmare Before Christmas. Here we go. Very popular movie. I like this movie. But I'm also really, really glad that my dad did not let me watch this movie when I was a child. Because I think if I watched this when I was a child, it definitely would have scared me. So, yeah. I'm that much of a scaredy cat. It is almost, oh my goodness, it is almost 11:30. Bro. Okay. Well, Demuthu, welcome back. Good evening to you. So it is lunchtime for me. I'm so sorry for being so late today. Like I said, it was a very rough, very difficult morning. But I got through it. And I'm very glad that I was able to see you all today. So tomorrow, I should be streaming for my champions. And speaking of movies, by the way, like we were talking about Nightmare Before Christmas, my new video today talks about my 6 favorite movies. And I also share an embarrassing story about an unfortunate hair situation when I was a child. So if you want to hear that story, then you can watch that video. Yes, so hopefully tomorrow, yes, that for my champions, I will be going live tomorrow. And then I will be back again here for everyone on Sunday. Now, the time might be a little bit different because our time changes in America on Sunday. It goes let's say spring forward, fall back. Goes back an hour. So the time might be a little weird starting on Sunday. Just so you know. But also, I have to tell you all, my new course is available. So you can check out my website. I have a new course. So, nice light setting. Yeah, the skeletons, right? I had to set the mood for Halloween. Thank you thank you so much, Mustafa. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Well, thank you all so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Friday. Happy Halloween. I hope that you have a safe Halloween, and I hope to see you all again here on Sunday. All right. So take care. Be safe. Happy Halloween. And see you next time. Bye.